Testing our cameras.
Testing me. Yeah. How are you doing? Take this off the mic here. I've had great crack with these mic stands over the last few nights. They're a bit temperamental. They don't like me. So hopefully they'll like me tonight. How are you doing? You all well?
Yeah.
I know it seems weird because it's a small room and I'm using a mic, but I have to use my voice every night. I'm getting a bit tired, you know, so better save it for the singing as opposed to talking nonsense. So we're going to do a few questions, so if you have any questions, stick up your hand and I will answer them as legally allowed. Hello.
Actually, I am checking on a story that Keith told us.
See.
And I know that Keith's stories are not always
okay,
true.
I'll tell you the truth. Go on, give me his version.
He claimed that you and Colum annoyed George so bad one night that George picked you each up by an ankle and banged you together.
Well, there's some truth in that. And in fairness, he was very kind about what actually happened that night. What actually happened was we annoyed him so much that he jumped out of his bunk, grabbed the two of us, ripped the pajamas off us, and then dragged us up the back of the bus and locked us in for like an hour and left us there. I was like bruised and battered for about 4 weeks. Because we thought we could take on George, and it just didn't happen. I never realised how strong a man could be. So it was he gave it actually for the first time in his life. Keith, he understated the story as opposed to overwhelming, which he's very good at. But it makes more fun when you overwhelm. But thank you for reminding me of that. I tried to forget. Yeah.
There was a YouTube video where Keith was sharing a funny story about George. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Something about the song Dulamon. The song Dulamon. Something about the song, during the song.
Dulamon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he messed up or something.
We all mess up a few times. George was never great at the old choreography. So we were there one night to do Dulamon. We were in Newfoundland in Canada. We're all meant to go out and stand on the set. It was the first night of the tour actually, so things are tense. First night of the tour, because everyone's like, trying to memorize their words and where they're supposed to be and all that. So it's pretty tense out there. So something goes wrong. It really goes wrong. And we went out. It was the opening act of the second half. It's this big dramatic drum. We're all meant to go out and stand real, Of course, George is first out. So George, whatever came over him, he made a beeline to the front of the stage. We're all meant to be like 20 feet back on this big riser. So he makes a beeline so we can all see this happening. Because you can't say anything because your mic is like, you can't go, come on. You can't do that. So he makes a beeline for there, and of course the song's real serious and it's all in Irish. We'd be chanting. And sure, of course, because it's so tense, the only thing we could do is start laughing. So the song's gone on for like 4 minutes and none of us get our verses out. None of us can get a word out. And the band are all looking at us like, what is wrong with the lads? And what happened was actually that the whole audience actually caught on to the joke and they all started laughing. So for 4 minutes long, you have 3,000 people laughing and George just... It was the funniest experience we've ever had. And it was something that went wrong. We've all messed up, but this was just fantastic. And it was great because it made the whole tour. It's a great way to start the tour. You never have a perfect show. There's no point. There's no fun. Something will go wrong tonight, probably. You all have to laugh.
So how did you mess up?
How did I mess up?
What was the first thing you go, oh dear God?
I've had a few, as you can imagine. One night my violin bow, I was playing Galway Girl, I was playing violin, and my violin bow went flying into the audience in Little Rock. Were you there?
Yes.
You're joking? You're in the front row, really? Yeah, I was afraid someone was going to sue me that night.
And what was so funny is then when Colin came out to do his song, he said, I hope I don't throw my keyboard in.
Yeah. So this is what happens. No one helps you. But what happened was the violin bow went flying into the audience, and I'm standing there with a violin I can't play. The song's still going on. Of course, I look around to everyone for a bit of moral support. We're all laughing at me. 3,000 people start laughing at me. It's a lonely place on the stage, right? The whole place is laughing at you. And there's nothing you can, because you can't walk off. So, thank you very much. You're the only one who's ever said that to me. And you're biased, so I appreciate it.
And then you had the solo right after that.
Yeah.
You were still
Yeah.
chuckling.
Yeah, yeah.
As you came out for Molly, and we
Yeah.
were just.
That's funny enough on its own, but that, you know, that just didn't help. That happens all the time. There's always like a private joke off stage, and then you have to go on and sing. Like one night I was really late for Spanish Lady. Like the intro started and I was in quick change on my phone. I just heard the track. Colin describes it better than I do, but I literally just tossed the phone and beeline, and I get up the steps just as I came in. And the problem with that song is you can't take any breaths in it. It's so fast. It's bang, 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 verse, verse, verse. And I remember going out there, I was hyperventilating on the stage. And like, I get the first 2 rows, everyone was sort of smiling at the start, and then they realised something was really wrong. They're all just frowning at me for the whole thing, like, what is wrong with you? It was a scary moment, actually, but I got through. Colin tells it better than I do, so ask him. Hi. Yeah, I've been asked that a lot over the last while. I do miss it, but you know, sometimes you have to take a decision that you just feel is best for you. And I felt that I've always wanted to do my own thing, and I suppose this is the first step in that, in touring on my own and stuff like that. And there's a few plans for next year that I can't really say a whole lot about now, but are pretty exciting in terms of my solo career. So, yeah, I mean, I miss it, of course I do. I miss the guys, but I honestly don't think I've left. Because I come out and see all of you, and been part of, you guys are part of the family, and you know, I've met so many of the fans over the last few years, and I went on the cruise, like, I'm constantly in touch with the boys. I recorded a solo album before I came away, and just an acoustic album with Seamus Brett and Dave Monroe, who work with Catholic Ton. You know what I mean? I'm still in touch with Sharon. Do you know what I mean? So I don't feel I've left. I just kind of took a little sabbatical, really. You know, I know the show's still going and stuff, and you know, but sometimes you gotta just do what you feel is best for you sometimes, and I'm just loving this. I'm loving being out doing the shows. My picture was in the paper. I didn't do it. We talked to my lawyer. I didn't do that. The court case was okay, folks. Did he? It's probably was it a good paper, was it? Irish Independent or something, was it? Why was there a picture in the paper?
You were, it was the award you got, or you were in your hotel. But you were in a tuxedo and you were on steps.
Ah. See, this is why I have a manager. I don't know where I'm going. But that's good.
It was very good.
Good to hear. I'm sure they sold lots of papers.
Can you tell us anything about your upcoming CD that's supposed to be released?
No. But you will be the first to know when I can. But at the moment, if you want to check out, I recorded that in, really quickly, just kind of for this tour. I want to do something, and yeah, I hope you know you haven't heard it yet, but I hope you like it. Cool. Are we gonna? Yeah, one more question. Yes. Any current artist? See, a lot of people ask that, and I always say, "Oh, dead or alive?" You know, current artist. Is Barbara Streisand still current? She just had why didn't you ask me? Me and Barbara go way back. Any current artist? It's a really hard one. Alison Krauss. She's pretty good. And there's a lady called Sierra Bogas, who's a music theatre singer. She's kind of played Christine and Phantom and all those. She's American, check her out. She's fantastic. I saw her sing in the West End. Yeah, I don't know if Colin counts, does he? Put him in a dress and sing a love duet. Enough of that.
Going back to that joke again.